and mahirap siya. So since ang concurrent engineering, simultaneous ang works, there is sometimes little communication kasi busy ang lahat sa paggawa. And because of that, nagkakaroon ng boundaries between the design and the manufacturing. So you cannot group these two teams together because they have different works and tuloy-tuloy ang works nila. So kaya ayon, nagkakaroon sila ng long-standing boundaries. So another is that they must have extra communication and flexibility. So since ayun nga, sabi natin na simultaneous ang works nila, they have little time to communicate, and especially if there are a large number of people in the group, mahirap na makipag-communicate and become flexible since all of them are busy. Another design technique that we have is the computer-aided design. So computer-aided design is product design using computer graphics. With the use of computers nowadays in making graphics and designs, it can be more accessible to the people in the firm since it is electronically stored. So magkakaroon din ng easy access of information, and accessing of information can be done all at once since electronically stored nga siya. So common people who uses computer-aided design are architects, engineers, and construction managers. The major benefit of computer-aided design is that it increases productivity of designers. So ngayon, with the use of this technology, mas easy na ang pag-prepare ng mga designers like ng mga drawings nila, ng mga information, and others. So pwede na din sila gumawa ng mga 2D and 3D designs, animations, and they can already visualize yung design na mangyayari in reality. Next, under the computer-aided design, we have defined element analysis or the FEA. So the FEA is a simulation that helps in the design analysis and commercialization of product. It helps to predict kung ano mangyayari sa products if it interacts with heat, fire, and other forces of nature. So sa fine element analysis, yung buong object, i-break down siya into fine elements or cubes so that malalaman yung how each element interacts with this heat, fire, and other forces of nature. So for example, yung jewelry mo or yung earrings. So through fine element analysis, kahit wala pang prototype, malalaman na kung paano mag-react yung earrings mo when may interaction siya with fire and others. So it also shortens marketing time for the product since nagkakaroon ka na ng virtual testing. And kapag may virtual testing, mas nag-reduce din ang cost mo. We proceed to the production requirements. So there are three: the production capabilities, forecasting, and manufacturability. First, we have production capabilities. So designers must know the capabilities of the production of the company. So kapag nalaman nila yung mga capabilities, ang capabilities is yung skills, equipments, schedules, special abilities of the workers, and so on. So kapag nalaman ng designers ang capabilities of production, there will be lesser conflicts in the productions since alam na nila kung hanggang saan lang kaya ng gawin ng equipment, ano lang yung skills ng workers nila, and ano lang yung mga schedules and special abilities. With that, magiging equal ang design sa production. Next, we have forecasting. So forecasting is important in production because you need to know how many you are going to produce. So forecasting, especially demand forecast, are important para hindi ka mag-less or overproduce ng mga products. Next, you have manufacturability. So manufacturability is about manufacturing the goods and how it is to be assembled. So there are two. You have design for manufacturing or the DFM and the design for assembly, which is the DFA. Ang DFM focuses on the processes in creating the parts of the products para mas easy yung pag-manufacture and mas mag-incur ng lesser cost. So on the other hand naman, we have the design for assembly, which focuses on reducing the parts and how it is to be assembled. So the assembly must have a base part and the other parts. So yung base part, dito naka-connect lahat ng mga other parts. So for example, yung table, ang base part niya is the tabletop and yung other parts connected to it are the legs. So in short, the DFM focuses on manufacturing processes, the design for manufacturing processes, while the DFA focuses on the design for how the products are to be assembled. Next, we have the component commonality. So component commonality is offering multiple products or services to customers that often has high degree of similarity of features and components. So ang simple explanation lang dito is, the company offers, diba, multiple products. So yung isang product ng company has similar features to the other products of the company. And yung mga similar features and components nito can benefit the other products. So for example, handbags, chairs, and wallets. So ang component commonality nila na sinasabi dito is yung rattan. Kasi yung sa rattan bags, pwede ka din gumawa ng rattan chairs like that.
Let's jump to the service designs. There are similarities daw sa service and product designs. However, there are major differences. So, example, sa product design, the producing of the good and delivering of the goods is magkaiba yung timeline nila. Magkaiba yung time para sa pag produce ng product and iba yung timeline para sa pag deliver ng product. Sa service design naman, services are created and delivered simultaneously. Yan. So yan yung major differences ng product design and service design. So, service, an act or something that is done to or for a customer. So, no physical good is transferred. Example, massage, consultations, and the likes. So, this service delivery system, the facilities, processes, and skills needed to provide a service. So, in what way mo siya i-deliver yung service, anong facilities ang kailangan mo, anong skills ang kailangan mo para ma-provide yung service sa customer. So, most businesses daw is not purely service type of business. They are called product bundle, the combination of goods and services provided to a customer. So, service package is the kailangan para magawa yung service, kagaya ng physical resources ng business, the accompanying goods, kung meron man, the explicit and implicit service included. System design involves development of the service package. So, the four listed service packages should be developed daw. So, first is physical resources needed. So, example tayo ng restaurant dito sa Naga. So, example is yung red platter. Yung physical resources na kailangan nila para ma-provide yung service and mag-offer ng food is building, machineries, equipment, tables, chairs, air conditioners, etc. So next is the accompanying goods that are purchased or consumed by the customer or provided with the service. So example, yung mga foods na binili ng mga customers sa red platter. And the services na binili din nila sa red platter. So, next is explicit service. These are the service that these are the factors or in service that or benefits observable by the senses. So, example, maganda yung AC ng red platter, comfortable yung chairs, maganda yung table, malinis, and masarap yung food, etc. So, implicit service are the psychological features ng na nabibigay nung service. So, example, mabuuton man niya si mga crew and may respect sinda when it comes to handling customers. Yan, arog ka yan. So, overview of service design begins with the choice of a service strategy. So, example of the service choice of service strategy is recruit and train the right people. So, hire for attitude and train for skill. So, this choice is guided by the top management daw. If yung mapoprovide na service nila is profitable and kaya bang i-provide ng organization yung service. So, once a decision is made on what should be the focus, service, and target market ng service, kailangan ng organization or business na malaman yung customers and customer requirements and expectations. There are two key issues in service design. So, degree of variation in service requirements. Paano mo siya i-deliver yung business? May variety ba? Or ganyan, ang degree ng variation ng service ba is mataas or mababa? Yan. So, the second issue is the degree of customer contact and customer involvement in the delivery system. So, mataas ba yung degree ng customer contact mo kapag pino-provide mo yung service, and may involvement masyado yung customer sa pag-provide mo ng service na in-offer ng business. So, yan.
So hi guys, I'm here again to present to you 4.11.1, which tackles about the distinctness of service design from the product design. So as you can see in the screen, what makes service design distinct from product design? Number one, focuses more on intangible factors created and delivered at the same time and cannot be inventoried, which limits flexibility and makes capacity issues. So let's talk about first about the service design. Service design, as we all know, is excuse me, is all focused on organizing and planning of people and communication in order to create a more optimal service quality. So service design is all about taking a service which will meet the customer's needs and the user's business. In addition to what I have said, service design is more holistic and broad. So this is the continuation in line with the topic of the service design's distinctness from the product design. So it is clearly visible to consumers and must be designed accordingly, and have low barriers to entry and exit, which puts additional pressure on the design. So, sa service design daw, dapat ang service mo ay visible sa mga consumers or sa mga customers. And dapat nakikita nila ang quality ng service and also the effectiveness. So, for the last slide with regards with the topic, location is often important to service design, with convenience being an important factor. Service systems range from those with little or no customer contact to those with very high customer contact. So, mas ini-emphasize nila or mas malaking factor sa kanila yung place or location. Kasi parang mas free sila to make or to perform their service. And so service systems depende siya with kunwari with no customer contact or with very high customer contact. So next, we're going to talk about the cost and efficiency perspective. So a product design approach to product design. Designers may use staff's flexibility as means of dealing with demand variability. So for the cost and efficiency perspective, ginagamit nila yung flexibility ng staffs nila to provide products, especially kung in-demand ang product. Mas dinadagdagan yung shifting hours or yung hours of working. So, dito, mas napapadali ang pag-supply or pag-produce ng product, especially when it is in need. So, in the next slide, we're going to tackle about the customer's perspective. It requires understanding the customer's experience and focusing on how to maintain control over service delivery to achieve customer satisfaction. So, sa customer's perspective, dapat alam mo ang gusto ng customers mo. Dapat kilala mo ang customers mo sa kung ano yung patok, sa kung ano yung gusto nila. And dapat ang main goal mo when you have a product to sell ay yung ma-satisfy ang mga customers mo. Para balik-balikan nila yung mga product mo. Para ma-promote pa nila lalo and mas tangkilikin pa nila.
Phases in the service design. First, conceptualize. This is the idea generation, assessment of customers' wants or needs, and assessment of demand potential. In this phase, the design team should brainstorm on how to improve the service design which correspond to the identified current demand and need of the customers. And second, identify service package components. The operation and marketing do this. Here, it is important to know the service package because it is one way to improve the outcomes of the service design. Next is determine performance specification. Here, the designers or the person who assigned in this part should determine and should describe the specific things that they want for the outcomes of the service design. The person who is assigned should improve or should indicate of what the product should like. Next is the translate performance specification. It is detailed information that provides the requirements for services and how services put together. It is the written document that explains the product and specifies what you want to perform as well as how you interact with the consumer or the user. For the designer team, this is the vital document since half of the success of a project is depending on it. And lastly, the translate design specification into delivery specification. This is the list of characteristics, the list of characteristics of a commodity, list of characteristics of commodity that must be met in order to settle future or options contracts traded on organized exchanges. The characteristics that includes the quality, commodity, the size, and where the physical product must be delivered.
Service blueprint. It is a method used in service design to describe and analyze a proposed service. So, just like in architecture, it composes of, kumbaga, how the how the components meet and the structure of the service itself. The only thing na nagkaiba is that sa architectural is it is actually kumbaga physically mo siya kumbaga physically visually ma-imagine mo siya kasi doon sa architectural drawing or sa blueprint talaga sa totoong blueprint you can see kung pirang floors kung ano ang measurement ng kada rooms but sa service blueprint kumbaga much more of conceptual like na arog siya kani pero di naman ibig sabihin na hanggang ganun lang ang measurement or kumbaga hindi mo siya physically mamamati ba I know visually i-imagine. So here is our example service blueprint in which it has the what do you call this, the key elements that every service has. So we have the time, the evidence, the customer journey, the line of interaction, the front stage, the line of visibility, the backstage action, line of internal interaction, and the support process. So in the customer action, it is the step, choices, activities, interactions that customer performs. For example, like sa shoe shop, like what ang mga ginagawa ng customer or what are the things that customer are allowed to do. Syempre sa if bibili ka ng sapatos, kumbaga physically dapat makita mo siya physically, kailangan mo siyang matouch, masukol. Like isusukol mo siya sa feet mo. And dyan sa line of interaction, it is the depicts the direct interaction between the customer and the organization. Like kumbaga dyan yung nag-interact yung mga like arukan sa SM, naghahapot sila like anong gusto mo ma'am or what are their recommendations to the customer. So dyan sa front stage action, kumbaga makikita dyan yung mga directly dyan yung view ng customer like sa view nila anong ginagawa ng entity or anong ginagawa ng business. Syempre, nagre-recommend sa kanila, kumbaga susukol and they can get the size of shoes that you want. So this action can be human to human or human to computer actions. Syempre sa shoe shop, human to human action. Diyan kasi it involves conversation and yung mga hindi sometimes it involves informal communication. Diyan sa human to computer action, ang example diyan is the automated teller machine kasi they just you get your money you get your money pero ang machine ang visible sa iyo. So dyan sa line of visibility, it separates all service activities that are visible to the customer from those that are not visible. So for example dyan sa shoes site what is this? Anyways, dyan sa pagpili ng shoes, hindi mo nakikita kung ilang shoes or ilang sizes lang ang available or ilang sizes or ilang design ang available. Those for the customer hindi niya nakikita pero sa doon sa mga nasa front stage action, like sa mga employee, nakikita nila yun, syempre silang gumagawa nun. So yan, sa backstage action, these are the steps and activity that occur behind the scenes to support the onstage happenings. So yan, kumbaga they are selecting the size of the shoes, or kung may problems sa shoes or any other occurring problems in the shop. So this is next is the line of interaction. The line of internal action separates contact employees from those who do not directly support interaction with customer users. So that includes the yun, mga nagpe-pay sa employees, mga nagpo-provide ng salaries nila, ng wages. Doon, kumbaga, nagsiseparate doon si line. So, then the processes is the internal steps and interaction that support the employees in delivering the service. So, yun nga, may nasa internal doon yung mga shoes na available, yung on how they accommodate allocate those shoes, kung paano nila allocate para ibenta sa iba. So what are the steps in the service blueprint? One is to establish boundaries for the service and decide on the level of detail needed. So here are the question na to be considered para to establish the boundaries. Like, who is going to take the action? Sino ba ang gagawa nun? And what are his capabilities and limitation? Paano kaya niya, anong pwedeng gawin niya, and ano yung limitation niya, like hindi niya pwedeng kayang gawin, or yung hindi na sa kanya naka-assigned na task. And also, sino yung visible sa customer, like anong mga action ang visible. Second is to identify and determine the sequence of customer and service actions and interactions. A flowchart can be useful for this. So there are times na steps can occur at different phases. Diba, arog ka yan sa salon or sa spa, I'm not sure. But like arog sa pag-pay, pwedeng na inot si payment and the other several processes, kasi all of them naman is accommodate man sa customer. But there are, kumbaga, services that needs talaga sequence. Like example sa studios, di man siya makaka-edit ng picture mo kung di ka nagpa-picture, or hindi man nga siya makaka-edit if wala kang sinabi kung anong gagawin mo doon, or hindi siya makakapa-picture if wala kang sinabi kung anong format ng picture mo. 3 is to develop time estimates for each phase of the processes, as well as time variability. So, kumbaga, it enables the business to become efficient. Like, dapat at araw kaning time makomplete na. And, kumbaga, sometimes it is publicly known. I'm not sure, but an example for that is sa bigs. If you see the bigs in the SM, may nakasulat doon. We don't serve fast food. We just serve good food. So it indicates na ang process ng pagluto nila and pag-serve is very matagal. And kumbaga, hindi nga fast food kasi hindi naman talaga. So kumbaga, me as a customer, kasi palagi ako kumakain sa bigs, kumbaga, I adjust for the time. Like, garo, by 11:30, ma-order na ako kasi at least by 12, meron na yung pagkain. Yun. So lastly is to identify potential failure points and develop a plan to prevent or minimize them, as well as a plan to respond to service errors. So those people that are directly involved, like sa employees or yung mga backstage employees, dapat alam nila yung mga failure, yung mga, kasi hindi naman sa normal, but it is not, failures are not is inevitable. Hindi siya, talaga may ma-occur dyan. Like, hindi naman lahat perfect. So they, kumbaga, it's their responsibility to, kumbaga, it's their responsibility to kumbaga to solve those failure points and kumbaga to prevent and minimize them.
Characteristics of well-designed service system. What is a service system? A service system refers to the configuration of technology and networks within the organization which are designed para makapag-provide ng services that gratifies the needs, wants, or desires of the customers. The term service system is usually ginagamit sa service design literature, service engineering, service marketing, service operations, and service management. There are 9 characteristics of well-designed service system. First, it is by being consistent with the organization's mission. Being consistent in the organization's mission statements are an incredibly important navigational tool when you are thinking about the future of your company. Sa pamamagitan ng pagtukoy mo sa purpose sa iyong trabaho, you can better understand your company should be committed to accomplishing. Second, it is by being user-friendly. Why is it important to have a user-friendly website? With a great website, maaaring mas maabot ka ng customers at makakuha ng impormasyong kailangan nila when it is most convenient for them, even if that's outside of your regular business hours. A user-friendly website will help your business para makakuha ng mga bagong customers. User-friendly products are typically more successful than those with complex convoluted interfaces that are difficult to use. Third, by being robust is variability is a factor. What does it mean for something to be a robust? By having or exhibiting strength, having or showing vigor or firmness, a robust debate, a robust faith, strongly formed or constructed. Mas nagfo-focus ito doon sa pag-improve ng fundamental function of the product or process, thus facilitating flexible designs and concurrent engineering. Fourth, by being easy to sustain. Sustainability improves the quality of our lives. Mas pinoprotektahan rin nito ang ating ecosystem at pinapangalagaan ng likas na yaman para sa mga susunod pang generations. What is sustainability easy? Sustainability means meeting our own needs nang hindi nakakakompromiso ang iyong kakayahan sa mga susunod na generations upang matugunan din yung kanilang mga sariling pangangailangan. In addition to natural resources, we also need social and economic resources. Fifth, by having cost-effective. The main objectives of cost-effectiveness research is para makumpara ang value of new or expensive interventions with the standard of care and to improve the efficiency in the delivery of healthcare services. Cost-effectiveness analysis helps na ma-identify yung mga ways to redirect resources to achieve more. It demonstrates hindi lang yung utility of allocating resources from ineffective to effective interventions, kundi yung utility of allocating resources from less to more cost-effective interventions din. 6. By having value that is obvious to the customer. Communicating value and establishing customer value is important dahil ang resulta ng mga efforts mo to create value ay nasusukat sa pangunawa ng customer sa halagang iyon. Creating customer value increases customer satisfaction and the customer's experience. The reverse is also true. Ang mahusay na karanasan sa customers creates value for a customers. Creating customers' value increases loyalty, market share, price, reduces errors, and increases efficiency. 7. By having effective linkage between back-of-the-house operations and front-of-the-house operations. What is the importance of linkage? A linkage is defined as organizations na nakikipagtulungan sa ibang organizations with formal contract. This can be partnership or merge. Tinutulungan din nito ang mga organizations to keep up with advance in